They were continuing to read the Pilgrim's Progress. Aye, aye, so I mean, and so he believed and acted. But what grounds had he for his so saying? Why, he said he had the Scripture for his warrant. Prithee, Mr. Honest, present us with the few particulars. So I will, he said. To have to do with other men's wives had been practiced by David, God's beloved, and therefore he could do it. He said to have more women than one was a thing that Solomon practiced, and therefore he could do it. He said that Sarah lied, and so did Rahab, and therefore he could do it. He said that the disciples went at the bidding of their master and took away the owner's ass, and therefore he could do so too. He said that Jacob got the inheritance of his father in a way of guile and cheating, and therefore he could do so too. Highly base indeed. And you are sure he was of this opinion? I have heard him plead for it, bring scripture for it, bring argument for it, and so on. An opinion that is not fit to be with any allowance in the world. You must understand me rightly. He did not say that any man might do this, but that they who had the virtues of those that did such things might also do the same. But what more false than such a conclusion? For this is as much as to say that, because good men heretofore have sinned through weakness or forgetfulness, therefore he had an allowance to do it of a purpose. Or if, because a child, by the blast of the wind, or for that it stumbled at a stone, fell down and defiled itself in the mire, therefore he might wilfully lie down and wallow like a boar therein. Who could have thought that any one could so far have been blinded by the power of sin? But what is written must be true. They stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. His supposing that such may have the godly man's virtues, who accustom themselves to their vices, is also a delusion as strong as the other. To eat up the sin of God's people, as a dog licks up filth, is no sign of one that is possessed with their virtues. Nor can I believe that one who is of this opinion can have faith or love in him. But I know you have made strong objections against him. Prithee, what can he say for himself? Why, he says, to do this openly and by way of opinion seems abundantly more honest than to do it and yet hold contrary to it in opinion. A very wicked answer, for though to let loose the bridle to lust while our opinions are against such things is bad, yet to sin and plead a toleration to do so is worse. The one stumbles beholders accidentally, the other pleads them into the snare. There are many of this man's mind that have not this man's mouth, and that makes going on pilgrimage of so little esteem as it is. You have said the truth, and it is to be lamented. But he that feareth the King of Paradise shall come out of them all. There are strange opinions in the world. I know one that said it was time enough to turn from sin when they come to die. Such are not overwise. That man would have been Loath might he have had a week to run 20 miles in for his life, to have deferred that journey to the last hour of that week. You say right. And yet the most of them who count themselves pilgrims do indeed do thus. I am, as you see, an old man, and have been a traveler in this road many a day, and I have taken notice of many things. I have seen some that have set out as if they would drive all the world afore them, yet, who yet have, in a few days, died as they in the wilderness, and so never got sight of the promised land. I've seen some that have promised nothing at first, setting out to be pilgrims, and that one would have thought could not have lived a day, that have yet proved very good pilgrims. I have seen some that have run hastily forward, that again have, after a little time, run just as fast back again. I have seen some who have spoken very well of a pilgrim's life at first, that, after a while, have spoken as much against it. I have heard some, when they first set out for paradise, say positively there is such a place, who, when they have been almost there, have come back again, and said there is none. I have heard some boast what they would do in case they should be opposed, that have, even at a false alarm, fled faith, the pilgrim's way, and all. Now as they were thus in their way, there came one running to meet them, and said, Gentlemen, and you of the weaker sort, if you love life, shift for yourselves, for the robbers are before you. They be the three that set upon little faith heretofore. Well, said he, we are ready for them. So they went on their way. Now they looked at every turning when they should have met with the villains. But whether they heard of Mr. Greatheart, or whether they had some other game, they came not up to the pilgrims. Chapter 7. Entertained by Gaius. Christiana then wished for an inn for herself and her children, because they were weary. Then said Mr. Honest, There is one, a little before us, where a very honorable disciple, one Gaius, dwells. So they all concluded to turn in thither, and the rather because the old gentleman gave him so good a report. When they came to the door they went in, not knocking, for folks used not to knock at the door of an inn. Then they called for the master of the house, and he came to them. So they asked if they might lie there that night. Yes, gentlemen, if you be true men, for my house is for none but pilgrims. Then were Christiana, Mercy, and the boys the more glad, for that the innkeeper was a lover of pilgrims. So they called for rooms, and he showed them one for Christiana and her children, and Mercy, and another for Mr. Greatheart and the old gentleman. Good Gaius, what hast thou for supper? For these pilgrims have come far today, and are weary. It is late, so we cannot conveniently go out to seek food, but such as we have you shall be welcome to, if that will content. And that's the end of the reading for today. Have a good day.